Hello and welcome to my video that's going to talk about the Dominion voting ballot hacking. In this video, I'm going to show you how I basically downloaded a Dominion voting ballot and put it into my photo editing software. I use Photoshop. And then I'm going to basically explain how that could potentially be fed back into the software to create fake voting ballots. I also want to point out that in these videos that I'm doing, I am in no way encouraging fraud, nor would I ever commit fraud. This is an example to show you the potential and risk that we have within our current election process. And I want to make it clear to those who are saying that there was no fraud, especially the fake news, that yes, there was fraud. We know there was fraud, and there are too many cases that point to a ton of different ways that fraud was done in this election. In my videos, I'm hoping to basically point out that fraud is very likely and there is a lot of risk. And we'll just go ahead and get into the video so you can see for yourself and make your own judgment. I'm not trying to put this out here to tell people, this is what you have to think and this is what you have to understand. I'm putting this information out here so that you can form your own opinion based on what I'm showing you. That being said, we will go ahead and get right into it. I went and I found a Dominion voting ballot. I wanted to download it so that I could manipulate it in my software. And so I just did a search on Google, Dominion voting ballot 2020. I found one, and the very funny thing that I found was the voting ballot that I was able to find and download was actually Erie County, Pennsylvania, which I found interesting because Pennsylvania is the state that seems to be having the most issues and the highest percent of fraud. Anyway, I went to the Pennsylvania website and I downloaded this PDF file. I brought it into my software and here it is in my software. So basically, just like I did in my last video where I showed you how you can easily manipulate hand-counted votes, here's another way that you can manipulate machine-fed votes. And this is very doable, folks. This ballot, if you have the ballot and you put it into your software, it already has the crop marks and everything for the machine to read. Now, in this example, as you can see, the PDF file had a date stamp in it. I went ahead and cleaned out that date stamp and in my editing software, right? So yes, it's doable. Now, should I need to put a date stamp in here and create a fake ballot and with a fake, with a fake date, I could easily do that too. All I have to do is just choose this color and make sure I have the right font and then put that date back in there. But for this purpose, I'm just going to show you the cleaned ballot that I created. Now, just like I did in the last video, I'm going to fill this in. Voila! Again, you have a ballot now that can be machine fed into the Dominion software, and a vote would of course be cast for whoever I selected. I could go ahead and fill out the rest of this if I wanted to, or I could leave it just for the president. One of the things that would be definitely obvious to anyone who was doing an audit in these votes would be to look for perfect ovals, things, especially if it's, ballot after ballot after ballot, perfect filled out ovals, because if it were hand filled out, those would vary with every single ballot. That's just a little point I wanted to make because the last video I did, I linked to the lady, I believe she's in Georgia, and she was talking about how the ballots were too perfect. So it was interesting to me, and that's what kind of led me on this path to do these videos. Again, as you can see, there's the ballot. You can print that out and upload it into your Dominion software. Um, Here is a chart I found. I thought this was interesting because it shows you, you know, US wide what the different voting softwares systems are. And then I also found, the next site I found was very interesting. It is Audit USA. Now this site gets incredibly, these are some of the places that I definitely want to show you what's going on. This company or site or nonprofit, I'm not sure exactly what they are, Audit USA. They're showing us all of the states and counties that use ballot images from paper ballots. This is key here, guys. I think I may be wrong, but, and again, please take this information and use it to form your own opinion and make your own judgment call. This information is just that. It's just me showing you for demonstration purposes some of the potential fraud or corruption that could be going on within this election. So as you can see, it has listed, and I will put a link to these sites down below this video, so please feel free to go and check them all out. This shows you the software that's used. The thing that I loved about it is that they have a long list of the states and the counties and the particular software that's being used for each of those states and counties. So you can go in here and find out this information and see what's going on. Now this also led me over here on their website. I wanted to find out about the accuracy and results because they're really big into that, which is kind of interesting because they're very, very Democrat leaning site. And I will show you that as we go through this info here. The thing that I came to is, what if you need to basically audit an election? And they're telling us here that a digital ballot scanning election system was used, which is basically the Dominion software or any of those other softwares that they had listed on their other page. It says, depending upon the election system used, there may or may not be a way to access the accuracy of the vote count. And then they recommend you to this other place, 866R vote. So when I go over here, I check out their website, and I find it very interesting because here's their partners on their website. Remember, this is, so here are the partners. All the partners. There are a lot of companies in here, and there are a lot of left-leaning Democratic nonprofit places. One of the places that stood out to me right away was Rock the Vote. I went to Rock the Vote because this is one of their partners, remember? And this is key here because Black Lives Matter. So this company, this one who is talking about Audit USA and all of our auditing our ballots, they're partnered with Rock the Vote, which is a Black Lives Matter movement. So there you go. I also went to find out a little more about them, and they have a Facebook page, and here's their Facebook page, Audit USA. You're more than welcome. Like, again, I will leave all the links below this video, and you can go and check them out. They talk a little bit about the validating of the images from the software into a spreadsheet and how they basically do that. This, to me, I don't want to get into too much detail here because, as I showed you, the ballots can be created, okay, and then fed into the software. So what all this basically tells me right here with this spreadsheet is it doesn't really matter, because if it's fraudulent data in the system, all this is just reading fraudulent data. However, they show you, how you can basically take the vote or the ballot image is what they say, and then attach that to the vote record, you know, and I suppose you could look here and say, one of the things you might want to look for if you're looking into this and you happen to be one of the people that are investigating this for anybody who's going to be doing any legal stuff with this election, you might want to go ahead and look at, definitely I encourage you to look at their website, but you may want to look about, you know, how they talk about their spreadsheet and how it links to the image of the ballot, and then it also links to this count. The one thing in here is they do have, it marks that if it was counted or not counted. So if you go in here and you look at a spreadsheet and you see a lot of things that say not counted, not counted, not counted, and all you saw was a president vote that was counted, that would probably be a red flag, I would imagine. So anyway, that is my my 2 cents on all of this, and I just am going to encourage you to look into this yourself, make your own decisions, and let me know what you think in the comments, and I hope to do another video soon. Thank you.